Coming up on PAC News, the impact of the Getty fire in Los Angeles as it continues to burn.
How one local nonprofit restaurant provides Southern meals cooked and served by at-risk youth as a part of its job training program. And the new terminal at Louis Armstrong International Airport is set to open November 6th. Stay tuned for an inside look.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining PAC News. I'm Lucy Foreman.
And I'm Tess Rowland. Flu season is upon us, and the CDC says here in Louisiana, we are seeing the highest number of cases of flu-like illnesses in the country.
Most of the cases are being reported in New Orleans. Reporter Lily Cummings is live with the pharmacist in Metairie to talk about the flu shot.
I'm live in Metairie with Miss Tran. We're talking about flu shots here at Walgreens. Now, Miss Tran, would you tell me why is getting a flu shot so important this season?
It's very important to get a flu shot because if we care for ourselves, we will be happy and healthy, and not just that, for our families to be healthy, and there's no sick days or calling from work or from school.
Exactly, and they are free to get here at Walgreens.
Yes, on most insurance, it would be free through their insurance plan.
Okay, and so we have seen a rise in the number of cases here in Louisiana. So have you seen a rise in the number of patients coming in asking for flu shots?
Yes, definitely we do. We have an increased number of vaccines given recently due to the incidents with the state. But like I said, it's best that everybody gets their flu vaccine because we want to keep our family healthy.
Exactly. So I am actually going to get my flu shot live today, and I will tell you all that I'm usually okay with shots. I don't know that I will look at it, though. So we're going to go ahead and have this done here in my left arm.
Okay. You can have a seat.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to prep first just to make sure we're clear. And you don't have any allergies or anything with any of your vaccines, right? Okay. It should be very easy. It's very light. You're not going to feel anything.
All right, so we are getting prepped here.
Make sure you get your Walgreens Band-Aid.
Make sure you get your Band-Aid on there. Prove that you got it.
That's right.
Ooh, and there it is.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Tran. Reporting live in Metairie for PAC News, I'm Lily Cummings. Tess, Lucy, back to you.
The CDC recommends that everyone 6 months and older gets the flu shot by the end of the month. The Louis Armstrong International Airport hosted an open house for the new $1.4 billion terminal. Janae Sterling was there to give you an inside look.
The Louis Armstrong International Airport is planned to officially open its doors and begin operation on November 6th.
So let's take a look at the new MSY terminal at their open house.
Officials at MSY said that the airport's open and airy feel was influenced by the winding curves of the Mississippi River. NOLA TV show host Derek Trufant said,
"It's really awesome. It's very spacious. It's a massive structure.
Incoming passengers will also experience live music in the new Jazz Garden performance area while they wait for their bags in the baggage claim. There will be a regular schedule of performances. The new consolidated security checkpoint is receiving its finishing touches and will be ready when the terminal opens on November 6th. The checkpoint will be the width of a football field and will have 15 lanes. The Louis Armstrong International Airport will also have many nationally recognized restaurants like Shake Shack and Panda Express. But local restaurants and businesses like Flirty Girl and Leah's Kitchen are also very prominent.
There's a lot of restaurants uniquely New Orleans.
Paula George, the general manager at Nola Couture, says she's ready for the customers. George also said that the airport, the new MSY has also added 2,400 new parking spaces. The terminal will also have 13 new therapy dogs.
They come and they hug the dogs and they smile.
Charles Marsala, a NOLA resident who has been following the opening of the airport very closely, said,
I think it's very exciting for the city to see this come to fruition and open.
The new terminal is set to open to the public on November 6th.
After years of searching, U.S. forces finally conquered ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi in a raid that ended in his death on Saturday. U.S. military troops worked with Syrian Democratic forces to execute the raid portrayed in this animation. U.S. forces made their way to al-Baghdadi's compound in northern Syria with helicopters. They were met with gunfire, a booby trap, and ISIS members wearing explosive vests once they were on the ground. The raid ended when the ISIS leader was confronted by U.S. military and blew himself up, along with 3 children. President Trump said U.S. forces also obtained sensitive information during the raid that may give insight into the terror group's future plans.
More than 200,000 people are under evacuation as wildfires continue to burn in the Los Angeles area. The flames are being caused by low humidity and what officials are calling a historic wind event. The Getty fire sprung up Monday morning in a multi-million-dollar residential area in Southern California. And the Kincaid fire in Northern California has burned tens of thousands of acres of land. Out of extreme caution, some power companies have started shutting off electricity. Coming up later, Andres Fuentes tells us about the newest members of the Saints Hall of Fame.
And I will tell you just what it means to be an organ donor.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
If you're looking for a place to eat that also serves the greater New Orleans community, you might be interested in this restaurant. Reporter Christian Oriana brings us the story.
It seems like a normal uptown restaurant with the same frantic pace and delicious food as any other restaurant. But for 2 of its employees, Stephen Whitten and Michael Jones, Cafe Reconcile is one of the most important things in their lives.
Probably if I wasn't in a program, I probably would be in jail.
The restaurant offers an internship program for underprivileged youth interested in the restaurant industry, and the program offers them life skills both in and out the kitchen. Too many to list, in fact.
I could write a book on that, my man. I could seriously write a book on that.
To Executive Chef Eugene Temple Jr., the program is a great opportunity for young people.
Sometimes they come in here, real self-esteem issues, and you see them at the end of the program where they just blossom like a flower, man.
Here at Cafe Reconcile, the employees are just as happy to serve as the customers are to eat.
To me, it makes every day a brighter day. Helps you wake up in the morning, you know, helps you get out that bed knowing you're going to go do a better thing, do something bigger than you.
Christian Oriana, PAC News.
If you would like to donate to Cafe Reconcile, you can click the donate link on their website.
Right now, there are over 2,000 people waiting on a life-saving organ transplant in Louisiana. I spoke with Frankie Avila, a double lung transplant recipient who is now able to do what he never imagined.
To many, Frankie Avila looks like any normal bike rider, but many may not know.
Every breath that I can take is a blessing.
Frankie was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at just 3 years old. Doctors said he wouldn't live past 20.
And I was really sick. I was on 6 liters of oxygen 24/7. And that day I was at PT and just doing my exercise. And the coordinator came down and she said, we have a possible donor.
According to the Health Resources and Services Administration, at least 20 people die a day waiting for an organ transplant. But the easiest way to become an organ donor is simply saying yes at the DMV.
Currently, there's over 115,000 patients across the United States that are waiting on some type of life-saving organ transplant.
The fact that you could change so many other people's lives with just that one decision is really powerful.
And now Frankie can do what was once impossible.
Cycling just kind of made me feel like I was free, like I was a bird flying. I could never run, even at times just walking down the hall, I was exhausted. But there's not a day that I don't go by without thinking and being thankful, for my donor.
Typically, organ transplants last about 5 years. Frankie recently celebrated 24 years with his new pair of lungs. If you want to become more involved in organ donation, visit the Louisiana Organ Procurement Agency or go on their website, lopa.org.
The Saints are going into their bye week 7-1. Breeze is back in the lineup and helped lead his team to victory on Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. The Saints are without Alvin Kamara and Jared Cook. Will they be back, and what does this mean for the Saints? Coming up.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Good afternoon, I'm Jillian Oddo. The New Orleans Pelicans season was highly anticipated this year after the Pels had the first-round draft pick, received 3 talented players from the Lakers, and won all of their preseason games. But the Pelicans' start to the regular season is not so great. Right now, they are 0-4. Last night, the Pels were hoping to get their first win of the season, but it did not work out in their favor. The Pelicans fell to the Golden State Warriors 123-134. This was the Warriors' first win of the season. Part of the problem for the Pelicans is their injuries. Zion Williamson is out due to a knee injury. He will be out for 6 to 8 weeks and has not played in a regular season game yet. The Pels are also without Drew Holiday and Derek Favors, both having issues with their knees. Holiday missed his second game of the season. Now to Loyola basketball. The Wolfpack men's team takes on Suno tomorrow night right here in the Den after a victory for their first season opener. The team defeated the visiting Southeastern Baptist College 118-79. The team is preparing to defend their home court once again when they take on Southern University of New Orleans Wednesday night. Wolfpack coach Stacey Hollowell is excited about the team's performance and hopes the team can carry their momentum into the upcoming matchup. Tomorrow's game against Suno
I thought
starts.
we got fantastic, support from our bench guys. The energy on the bench, the enthusiasm and spirit in the gym was really good, and would love to see that carry over. And for us, it's going to be a matter of just staying humble and understanding that we haven't really achieved a whole lot yet. We have a ton of potential, but we got to stay humble and keep working hard.
Tomorrow's game against Suno starts at 7 p.m. For college football and in the NFL, the LSU Tigers and the New Orleans Saints have shown what they are made of. Both teams are halfway through the season and they both have bye weeks this week. So what does this mean for the Tigers and Saints? Let's talk LSU Tigers. In a recent college football poll by the Associated Press, LSU is ranked #1, jumping ahead of Alabama. The Tigers are something special, especially with Heisman contender Joe Burrow as their leader. They have played against Florida, Auburn, and Texas, and they have come out on top. Now to the black and gold. The Saints are going into their bye week 7-1 and are #1 in the NFC South. The Saints are in great shape. The black and gold are halfway through the season. Breeze is back, and if he stays healthy, the Saints have a big chance at winning the NFC Championship and possibly make a Super Bowl appearance. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Alvin Kamara is still out, and so is Jared Cook. If they become healthy for the second half of the season, no one is going to want to mess with the Saints. After this week off, the Saints will host the Atlanta Falcons and hope to expand their 6-game winning streaks. That's it for sports. Back to you guys.
The Saints now have 2 additional black and gold stars added to their Hall of Fame.
See who they are coming up.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The Saints have some new notable icons in their Hall of Fame, and the Who Dat Nation is excited.
Andres Fuentes was there at the ceremony and has more on this year's Fleur de Lis Award.
The reception hall was packed with the Who Dat Nation.
Tonight was the night the New Orleans Saints honored 3 individuals responsible for bringing Super Bowl 44 to the city.
The late Kathleen Blanco was honored with this year's Fleur de Lis Award. During her time as governor after Hurricane Katrina, she made sure the team remained rooted in the city and made sure the renovated Superdome stood as a symbol of recovery. Her family felt honored by the team.
She loved them. We all love them, I guess. Right. You know, so to be a part of the Saints family officially, it's really neat.
The Hall of Fame inducted wide receiver Marcus Colson and running back Reggie Bush, both key players in the team's only Super Bowl win, and both players felt grateful for the honor.
Just being a fan of football and understanding some of the names that are in the Hall already, it's a tremendous class to be a part of.
Colson knew how important the Saints were to New Orleans post-Katrina and still feels welcomed by the fan base.
If nothing else, that group was about perseverance and overcoming adversity, and I think that speaks to the city.
And that same love is felt by Reggie Bush and his family.
When we land here, we never pay for a meal. That's how they accept it. So with open arms, they accept our family, me and our kids, the same way. So that speaks volumes about what kind of people, the city has.
And even though both players have been away from the game for years now, the crowd still managed to cheer them on.
We look forward to sharing the rest of the weekend with you and honoring you along with 73,000 of the loudest fans in the NFL.
I'm Andres Fuentes, PAC News.
With Colston and Bush joining the list, the Saints now have 9 total Super Bowl winners in their Hall of Fame. That's the news for now. Thanks for watching.
Join us again next week. Have a great day.